Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream tonight. Little delay trying to get some backup teams in, but hopefully next round should go a little bit smoother, so we won't have too much of a delay on that one. So plane line for the first round of Erangel is going to go from just outside of Yasnaya all the way down to the Primorsk area, so it should be a pretty decent line right across the middle of the map. So should see a bunch of teams drop into their primaries, and hopefully we can go ahead and get some action pretty early on stream for you guys. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and see where all these teams are currently dropping to. Possibly a couple teams headed to Yasnaya. And it looks like we also might have two teams down here at Lipovka. So let's go ahead and check in with these guys, see how they fare off against each other right at the beginning. And here comes the little bit of a delay that I'm getting used to. I think it's what, about 10-15 seconds of what looks like lag, even though everybody's fighting it out. So it's finally unglitched, and here we go. So we're going to be looking at Red Velvet off in the distance there. We're going to be controlling two inside the little deli area, and then two are going to be back more towards the beach. We can see Zeus over here on top of the rooftop. Definitely has that vantage point right here over a couple of those players. King Jack does have the opportunity to go ahead and take the same in that compound he's in right there. Definitely recommend to go ahead and get that one. Lines of sight definitely are best friends in this game. But in the meantime, let me see what everyone else is up to. So first zone, gonna head down to military. So we're gonna have what, Shelter, Milter, Pachinki, Ferry Pierce still in this one, and all of military base. I believe Zeus gonna be coming out with the first knock of the game right there. Thank you for the follow, Birdie. And ends up getting taken back down by King Jack in return with that VSS. So King Jack definitely took the compound that possibly gave them a little bit of break right there. Those are probably two of my favorites, especially if somebody ends up dropping with me here. I'll always drop to that deli right there in the center, and then I try to use any kind of high ground I can get on top of anybody else. Say the hills back here, using that first cover, as well as the two compounds that I was talking about that they were using. Other than that, that hill right there, definitely a nice vantage point over every single one of these buildings. So if you ever want to go ahead and gatekeep somebody inside Lipovka, go ahead and keep two people right here down low using this little hill for some cover, as well as the big one behind it, and you'll win absolutely every time. So Winter's going to come out with the knock with the Uzi on one of the players right here from Red Velvet. Currently, they do have two players knocked, and I believe that one right there landing on Yaira, I believe. It's going to be the third for them, so King Jack, the only one still standing for this team right now. And we're going to go ahead and see Winters go ahead and push up right here, go for the revive right there onto Zeus. Fortunately enough, he does have that one teammate still up. Let's see what they're doing. Thank you for the like, Robin. And here comes a nade that is going to land onto King Jack at a double knock right there. So we're going to see probably the whole entire team start going ahead and pushing up. But he ends up jumping off, trying to get the knock on the revive right there. Ends up being caught by one of his other teammates and gets taken out of this round. So in the meantime, let's rotate over here to Real Goats, see what these guys are currently up to. Just in front of them is going to be Clutch God's Astro, and they're going to be using the little little dump truck thing right here for some cover. Unfortunately, is going to be a solo, but that nade is going to cause quite a bit of damage right there to Manny. So he is going to get a little bit of backup, but they don't know it yet. But just off in the distance, we're going to see the rest of Clutch God Astra start rotating into the area as well. So here they come. Magic and Manny have to hear this buggy by now. And they end up getting the knock onto one of the players before they can go ahead and crash into the compound. So let's see what they go ahead and decide to do here. They're still going to go ahead and pursue this one. So Classy trying to pre-fire the side of the little dump truck thing right there, trying to possibly get a knock onto Manny, hoping he goes ahead and peeks that one. Magic is going to go ahead and get the thirst onto his knock. And we do see Limit coming into the vicinity now as well. He's going to be coming up right behind Real Goats. So if he does stay quiet, this could be bad for him. So he goes ahead and lands a bunch right there off the bat. This is going to bring two of their members down to almost no HP. And is there going to be a push? That's the real question on this one. They're just going to pile into the back of the dump truck. That's literally their only kind of cover right now. But I believe they're going to use that opportunity to go ahead and just rotate out of here. Definitely a nice call. Limit does look like he's going to do the same. So let's go ahead and rotate out of this one and see what everybody else is currently up to. So literally nobody up to the north, nothing in shooting range Georgeville north or south, not even crates, which is actually kind of weird. We're going to have quite a bit of people probably trying to rotate early on this one. How much time do these guys got? So zone already starting to move in, guys. So we might see a bunch of action right around this beach area. Meantime, let's go ahead and check in with Outplay Esports. They're going to be one of the first teams to go ahead and cross the bridge, and going to be looking at Chaos Company doing a split loot. They're going to be on both sides of this one. And I guess Outplay Esports is going to decide to gatekeep this one. Oh, his buddy's going to go ahead and limp that buggy across the bridge with the one blown out rear tire. Is that somebody in a vehicle just down the way? Let me go ahead and check in with these guys. I'm pretty sure I see it right there, dead center. And I'm guessing they had absolutely no idea that there was a team in the compounds to the right either. So Guy ends up being taken down right there by Payne. And where are they at? So they're going to be the rest of Chaos Company right here on the side of the hill. But we are seeing a knock come out from Scorpio with the K9 over there on that side. We're also seeing congestion on the other bridge now as well. Let's go ahead and check in with Guy Jean right now. Are they going to go ahead and place these shots as this team rotates across? And Shootout Esports might make it. And unfortunately, one of them does get shot off. Here now comes the rest of the team. Can they go ahead and get another knock? And looks like they're only going to end up with one, but definitely better than nothing. Oh, their teammates stopped here. I didn't even notice it. So Mimi's going to go ahead and smoke them out. Xanax going for the revive right there onto Santan. And we can see Superior right here trying to get shots right there from the rockwork on the left-hand side. Gaijin now going to push up, and they're going to go ahead and bail off into the water. Mimi's going to go ahead and drown, because I don't know why, but in this game, when you're knocked, you just die. It's kind of weird. So fortunately enough, they did get... Oh, no. They end up picking him off as he's trying to swim to the little barrier, and they head over the side right there and take out the other member as well. So I believe that brings, what is it, Shootout Esports? Yeah, down to a one-man for the rest of this one. So it's going to be a little tight for these guys in this round. So Huda's going to go ahead and start things off right here for FBO Esports, getting the knock over there onto Toxic. They're going to go ahead and hop into that vehicle, move in, and go ahead and get the thirst on. Just up the hill is going to be, what is Team 24? That's going to be TRG Code Gray. So they've definitely heard these shots. Real question is, do they want to go ahead and intervene or just go ahead and rotate into zone? So as far as I can tell, it does look like they've already gone ahead and rotated. But next zone, we're going to see it go even farther to military. So we're definitely going to see a whole lot of teams swimming across this one. So it's going to be crazy on the beaches of military base. We may even see some teams try to rotate all the way around, come in on the very south side of it. It's always an option too. But I definitely have done that one quite a few times, especially in ESL, because you know the bridges are fucked every single time, absolutely fucked. And there's probably, what, at least 10 teams going to be swimming across, so it's the next best option. So one of the dudes from Team 7 just driving around in circles over there. I think that's Hacks. And not really too sure who it was, but they ended up losing quite a bit of the tires in that Dacia. So we are currently down to just one member now for Hacks Red. It's going to be all on the shoulders for legit in this round. Ended up losing the team right there in the rotation. So I believe he's decided on going ahead and rotating in over the bridge, and this is going to be crazy right here to drive through. Hack's going to be on his left-hand side. What is teammate? Hated on the right-hand side over there. He's going to end up trying to drive through and ends up being taken down by Lewis right there with the, what, like 1 to 2 bullets is all that vehicle had left in it. And I believe that is now it for Hacks Red in this round. So hopefully they can go ahead and come back strong in round number 2. So Huda ends up getting taken down by 1955 right there with the Car 9. Ends up peaking just a little bit too long over the hill. So they're most likely gonna, no, they're literally right on the edge of the zone. They don't have to go anywhere just yet. And they're killing it over there with that position. I mean, that's what happens when it comes to a military zone. There's only so many ways to get on that island, and everybody tries to use the bridges, so what is it? Just Lewis down at the bridge end. FBO definitely wants to get down here. We're seeing teammates slowly rotate in. Reggie has now gone ahead and crossed the street over here. So does have that DP, so has the ability to go ahead and get a bunch of knocks on this team. Gonna go ahead and start it off right there with a knock on a Rooney. Ends up staying overextended for a period of time and ends up paying for it right there. I believe that may give Hacks the little bit of breathing room they need. Altitude's gonna, or sorry, Attitude. Definitely banged up over there, trying to swim across. Has to come up for air at some time. And FBO knows that these guys are down there, so they're definitely going to be looking over there, trying to see if they're still at the edge of the bridge or if they've just gone ahead and tried to swim. So we still have 21 teams up, which is actually kind of ridiculous for how small this circle is. We're going to get to this one right at the very end. Emergency 911, I believe is their name. Yeah, they end up being taken down right here by Worthless. That's going to go ahead and give these guys 8 kills already in this round. Still early. We still have a bunch of people still standing. So it'll be interesting to see how many they end up this round with. Jesus, my screen is lagging like crazy. So it turns out, from what I'm seeing, a bunch of people have decided to go ahead and rotate around to the very south of military. Actually, way more teams that I originally thought were going to end up taking that strategy. So the southern side of this one that I thought was going to be somewhat open is now going to be even more clustered than the northern side of this zone. We're still going to have a lot of people over there on the right-hand bridge too, and Team 24 is just not letting go of this bridge just yet. We still have, what, unknown alpha over on the other side still, so they still have to make the rotation over. So, Real Goats, I believe I saw them coming through the kill feed just there, losing one of their members. And it's going to Team 11 back there, which is going to be Shootout Esports. Actually, no, that's going to be next round. I ended up having to change some slots right at the very end. Let's go ahead and check in with E6. And currently, well, that's going to be the last one for them. Toxic ends up getting quite a few of them. And we're going to go ahead and see Canopsia, I believe. Already got 7 kills for this round, so look at all these teams over here on the western side of this one. We're going to see Unknown rotate right in between Mark for Death and Team 17. That's going to be Sexy AF. They're taking probably quite a bit of damage on that vehicle as they end up rotating through this one. Dark coming very close to getting shot out of that one. I believe he's going to be the first one down. Ends up getting Thirst. Actually, no. Dark ends up living with as much HP as he had left. But Scarecrow ended up being the one that got a knock right there. Easy ends up moving forward. That's going to be a double knock for him right there with an Uzi. And Omega ends up running forward as, what is it, Pew Buffer? Yeah, Pew Buffer. Just staring out that window and just happened to come into his line of sight and gets knocked by the Uzi. Fortunately enough, they didn't get the Thirst off. So we're going to go ahead and see Mark for Death stick around a little bit longer in this round. So Chaos Company currently down to 1 standing member. Going to be on the backside over here. Let's go ahead and catch this one in. And Oa ends up landing a bunch of good shots right there with the Scar to go ahead and take down their last member up. So with that one, guys, that now brings us down to our last 14 teams. Currently, we only have 1 team right dead smack in the middle of this next zone. We're seeing a bunch of shots down there coming from, I believe, Team 2. They end up taking out the last member for Team 11 over there. Other than that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams rotating in from the south. That's going to be fucking crazy. 1, 2, 3. And I'm guessing probably 5 teams rotating in from the northeast. We're seeing some shots come up from FBO right here. And I want to say they've been taken down by Hacks. Just got here a little bit too late. And the rest of the FBO ends up rolling in. Killer Bee happens to get knocked in the process. Legato ends up taking a bunch of damage, but they do take out the 1 member for Hacks that was on top of him. And here comes their buddy. Rooney ends up rotating in as well. They do have that hardcover from the vehicles, and I believe it is all going to be down to Attitude right near for Hacks Black. Yep. So it sucks that the only vehicle that they got is the truck, but really in a pinch, it's honestly better than running, considering you'd probably be shot in the back, but shit like that tends to happen when you drive it. What's up, funny? How you doing, dude? So this team 2 ends up moving in. Wow, he just tries to ram that thing right into the doorway. That actually potentially just saved his life right there, considering Itachi couldn't go ahead and rotate out right as soon as they went ahead and crashed. So we'll just say it was a good move on his part. So with that jump shot right there, one's going to go ahead and get the knock onto him. And his teammate ends up rotating in, gets Hunter down to a one shot, moves back in, and lands the last blow on him. We see SK rotating in from the left-hand side, vehicle providing a little bit of cover for one, and ends up rotating around, getting the knock right there with the M7. So that now puts these guys at 10 kills this round, so definitely doing quite a bit of work. So we did lose a couple more teams in that rotation in. We went from 13 to 9 pretty quickly. What is it? Team 2 right here is going to have a full man team. What is Team 12? Clutch God's Bayonet going to be rocking a 3-man. And we're going to see the hills just above these guys to the north going to be laced with teams all the way across them. So Attitude's going to go ahead and prone in the grass over here behind a tree, takes out one of the members from Beyond All Nature, and gets the thirst off as well. So at least doing some work by a solo, not trying to basically just keep quiet and just try to get some placement points. So I'm seeing some work go down over here between X Quadrant and what is this, Sexy AF. Currently, one of the members for Sexy AF going to be knocked. I believe Supreme going to go for the revive right there onto his down member. We are seeing come through the kill feed. One taking down another member back there. I believe this is going to be Team 2 versus Team 22. And one ends up getting knocked in the process as soon as I come over here. So we're going to be looking at a 1v1 between... No, never mind. Team 22's got 2 man up. And Biko barely gets to the ground right there with those shots from distance. I'm assuming those came from Gaijin from the other hill across. Lands a bunch on him and just happens to hit that prone button in time before being taken down. So Biko, the last one standing for Team 22 at this point. And does he go for the revive? And here it comes. They're going to have 11 seconds to go ahead and get this one off and make the rotation in. And they're just going to have to fight this one through. Team 2 is still going to be directly in front of them. So Adua ended up staying back while the rest of the team did go ahead and rotate forward. So not only are they going to have to worry about those guys, but they are going to have to worry about Gaijin still on the hill up there. We really don't know if they're looking over in this vicinity just yet. Biko's going to go ahead and be the first one over, but one ends up landing the shots onto him as soon as he goes ahead and piles out of that vehicle. So Gaijin, lucky enough to get zone blessed with this hill. It's basically just a giant round of King of the Hill right now, just seeing who can go ahead and be the victors and continue to basically keep the top. So I believe at this point now it's just down to Superior and the shots landed from Team 18 back there. That's going to be X Squadron is going to go ahead and take down the last member right there. I believe that one coming from Supreme. We're going to see a revive attempt down there on one of the members from Team 2 before they go ahead and start rotating forward. These are currently going to be our three final teams. We're going to be looking at Beyond All Nature over here with a two-man up. Back in the distance, going to be Canopsia with a four-man, and X Quadrant with a three-man. But currently, two of them going to be knocked, and well, I was going to say at least pray for a third-party attempt right here as they go ahead and start rotating in. But man ends up taking those guys down as they go ahead and push forward. So not coming from Canopsia onto one of the members from Band, so it's all going to be down to Mercury. It's going to be a 4v1, and it's going to be playing peekaboo through the smoke right here, and just can't take down that many people at once. So very nice job to Canopsia with the first round victory, and they're going to go out with a shitload of kills that round. So I'm going to take some in-game pictures real quick, guys. Go ahead and get round number 2 set up. So just stay tuned, and we will be back momentarily. Hi guys, welcome back to our second round. As you can see, we are going to be playing Miramar this round. And plane line's going to go from Impala all the way to La Cabrera. Uh, right now we're getting our first couple teams jumping out unknown, going to Spawn Island as well as the two next to it. So should come out of there decently looted. I believe there's even a boat for them there too, if I remember correctly, if they haven't changed it since the last time I've been there, which has been probably forever ago now. And other than that, as far as I can tell, if there's that many teams heading to Los Leones, that's going to be a giant clusterfuck. As far as I can count right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, I think. Fortunately enough for all these teams, zone's not going to be too far away from them, I believe. Well, it's going to take a second to get past this little bit of lag right here at the top that I always get for absolutely no reason. Lewis taking some shots from somebody and ends up being taken down right there by a fist, and he's going to go ahead and be beat down. Can I get to the fight between these two before it ends? There we go. So we're down to 2 members for Me Seeks and Destroy. Clown going to be down for these teams. And Icarus doesn't have a helmet. Hoping, no vest either, just a backpack. And the whole entire FBO team is going to go ahead and push in on their location. Oh, does it work? I think they know he's there. Oh, it just happens to pop out right in front of Huda with a shot. He ends up taking one to the face right there. So I believe that is it for Me Seeks and Destroy in this round. So let's go ahead and check in down here in Los Leones one more time. So we're going to check in with X Quadrant over here. I believe they ended up getting some at least one kill before I came back over here. But Legend ends up getting knocked in return. Definitely coming from Team A just at the warehouses in front of them. I do expect them to go ahead and pull that revive off since they have nothing behind them. Battle right here between... Which hacks is this? It's going to be Hacks Red. So we're just going to be moving in for the revive right here on to Gray. Fortunately enough, they did knock one of the members from Team 22 in the process, so that is going to slow them up a little bit. But hopefully they can go ahead and get that revive off so they can go ahead and put in a fight against these guys. Curtis, you have to join my Discord server. And every Tuesday, I will ping everybody on the server that has claimed the team leader role and let you know that registration... Well, no, take that back. Yes, you join my Discord. Yes, you'll have to register. But you wait for my ping after I release scores, which will be tomorrow. So, if you want to go ahead and join my server, I'm not sure if I have it set up on YouTube or not. Let me go ahead and drop that link into the chat for you. So basically what you're going to do is join my server. Go down to where you see the Wednesday scrims. Go to claim a role. Claim the team leader role. And then wait for the ping tomorrow. Go ahead and submit that roster. On Tuesdays, I open up check-in at noon. So all you have to do is go ahead and submit your team name with a check mark. let me know that you're showing up, and as long as you were one of the first people to go ahead and submit a roster, you're guaranteed to play. So let me just pop that in the chat for you really quick. But unfortunately for this week, Curtis, all my slots are full, so gonna have to wait until next week if you want to go ahead and get in these. Oh yeah, Grimity. Los Leones was absolutely crazy. Now, where is Jay? Up here at the top. So currently Mark for Death has one other member knocked, so it's going to be on the shoulders of Chucky for what team? Team 12. Where's my slot list? And that is actually going to be Clutch Claw's Bionic. So there's Chucky off in the distance. I'm assuming his team just told him to go ahead and book it. Try to get some of them points right there at the end. Where is Broda now? So we can go ahead and get some of these kills on stream as well. I'm assuming this is back in Los Leones. So Supreme coming out with the confirm right there on to Legit. He's going to go ahead and get that one off with the SKS. Legends up here with the Winnie. This gun, if you can go ahead and get that shot landed, is actually very deadly. Fortunately enough, it does come with that scope now, which helps out quite a bit considering how big a piece of crap that it used to be. So Hex Red is now down 2 members. The rest of them going to go ahead and attempt to retreat from this one. But KO coming out with the knock onto Legend. I believe that one coming with a Winchester as well. And Broda's got the trike because they're going to go ahead and hop in that thing. And we're going to go ahead and see them live to fight another day. So we're going to rotate over here to Emergency 911. Just on top of these guys is going to be the winners of our last round. This is going to be Canopsia as well. So they're going to be just across in the, what is that, the 4 stack. And they're going to have one to the left-hand side. So both teams going to spread out. As you can see right here, Emergency 911 is going to be a 2-2 split. No, Curtis, I do weekly scrims, so... You want to go, if you actually want to get in these, like I said, just join the Discord server, claim the role, and watch out for the ping. So we could see the possibility of a third party right here from Gaijin. They're going to be rolling up to the hill just above San Martin right here. So we do have the 2 members for Emergency 911 on the side of that road. Gaijin has, as far as I can tell, looks like they've gone ahead and stopped up there. And we're starting to see some nades come out, trying to go from building to building, trying to get some lucky knocks on these guys. What's up, Gentric? How you doing? I promise I'm not ignoring you guys. There is a little bit of a delay, so people can't stream snipe. So I promise I am responding to your comments. You'll just have to stick around for a couple minutes to go ahead and hear it come through the stream. The only time I really talk in chat or talk physically with like text is going to be in between round breaks when I don't have my mic on. So other than that, just bear with me. Promise I will respond to all your stuff. You just got to sit here for a couple minutes and just listen for, I guess, your name. Try to make it a little bit easy. So we're seeing some stuff come through the kill feed. Can we get over here to Real Ghost before it is all said and done? So Magic has already been eliminated from this team. Grim is currently knocked. I'm assuming this came from a vehicle explosion right here, or they went ahead and bailed out of it and ended up getting picked off by FBO Esports over here. So let's see if they go ahead and push this. So Real Goats gone ahead and rotated out. They should be fine for the rest of this one since they got away first. But in the meantime, we're going to check back in with these two teams in San Martin, see how things are going for them. Looks like everybody's still alive. Marksman going to go ahead and put a smoke line down, go ahead and rotate around into their building. And it does look like FBO has run into Real Goats one more time. And it does look like now, what? They might be down to just one person from what I'm seeing, maybe? Actually, not completely different team. Yeah, I think they're gone. Trying to make it glitch out so I can see both. There we go. You gotta close the door on me. I just wanted to see. There we go. So the one thing I really, really wish they would give us for custom rooms, if you guys watch like ESL or PMWL, they have these highlights around all the vehicles, all the players, and it basically shows like through the buildings, whatever they're doing, and you can see absolutely everything when they're fighting, like everything. And I wish that's something they would give to like everybody. I think it's an awesome like addition. This could be bad for Team 2 up here. We're seeing a knock come onto Toxic on the very top. And they end up being third-partied by, what is that, Team 9 up there? That's going to be Clutch God's Astro. And there's going to be a second knock onto them. This is all going to be down to one now. So let's go ahead and rotate out of this one, see what everyone else is at. We're getting the cluster of teams down here. What is that? One member that's going to be Attitude over there for Hacks. And we're currently going to be spectating in with Sexy AF as well as Outplay Esports. It does look like Hex was involved in this a little bit. We're seeing some knocks come out from Attitude right there. There's going to be a double knock right here on the left-hand side. That may end up saving Tweed. So we can see Scorpio right there, but I think the little like dip right here is what might be saving Attitude from the eyes of these guys. So Tweet gonna be back now up for hacks, and it does look like Attitudes and Nox are not gonna be revived for Sexy AF right there. And here it comes. Third party from Team 16 over there is gonna go ahead and take down Tweed. We're seeing, what, 4 teams right here? Attitude's gone ahead and hopped in that vehicle, but happens to take the couple shots, and that is going to be it for them. So these two teams definitely going to have to figure this one out. They're only going to have about 22 seconds before this zone moves in, and the next zone is going to cause quite a bit of damage. Not the one you definitely want to stay in for too long. But we do have the 2 members for Hacks Red still up there at the top of this one. And that was a nice nade right there by Scorpio. Ends up getting a lucky knock onto Gab. They're going to go ahead and start rotating in. All it's down to is just Alex D. He's going to be chilling up here on the top of the concrete structure. And we're seeing off in the distance. Oh, he does get the knock right there on Itachi. Ends up jumping down and just has nowhere to go right there. Here comes Hunter. And gets another knock. This one landing on Scorpio. Hunter ends up just waiting right there. He should have just gone ahead and pushed forward. And gets the last couple shots right there. My Molly Fire is blue. And one more time, let's go ahead and check in with Emergency 911 right here. 3 teams just on top of each other. We're going to be looking at Mark for Death, Team 14, which is going to be Chaos Company, and just inside of this compound is going to be Emergency 911. Off in the distance, we do see Gaijin as well, but we don't know if they're going to go ahead and stick around this one just yet. The 1 member for Chaos Company is right up on top of these guys. Let's see what Ski Mask can go ahead and do. I'm not sure who smokes those are, but I'm guessing they're his. Go ahead and provide him that cover from Mark for Death directly behind. Mr. Memer does now get knocked. He's going to be the first one out of all of these. And Ski Mask going to follow not too far behind, so Chaos Company definitely needs something to work for them right here. They're going to need a knock to go ahead and stop them from pushing forward. Monarchs does get knocked. That one coming from, well, it's not coming through the kill feed, but I am seeing some stuff come from Mark for Death right here. Seeing a knock come from Jay as well as Omega. All 3 rush up. Hero Piggy ends up being the only one that gets knocked. Let's hope they can go ahead and get him revived as quickly as possible so they can go ahead and reset and take on the next team just across from them. Gaijin, the team we saw rotating by just a second ago, I'm seeing them come through the kill feed, and I'm wondering who they're going off against. Let's go ahead and check in with Hex right over here. Broda the only one standing for these guys. And you can hear Scorpio and the rest of his team not too far behind. We're rotating in. But Infinite going to be right there as well. Scorpio literally right beside him. And here comes the nade forward. Thought they were going to get lucky right there, not even knowing Infinite was there. And here comes the nade. This one is going to bounce and come right back. I don't know how that was not a knock. He's got to be positioned like perfectly behind that vehicle. And the vehicle rotating by right there is going to go ahead and draw their attention away. They are going to pick up a couple right there off, I believe, one of the clutch cut teams rotating by, but we're going to go ahead and leave this one, go up to the north and check in with these teams. Look at all of these teams right here rotating in from the southeast. This is going to be absolutely crazy for these guys. So Infinite was fortunate enough to go ahead and get the knock onto Itachi, but one of their members decided to go ahead and rotate right up over the hill, had the bird eye view on him while he was laying the shots on one of the other dudes. But I definitely think if it wasn't the dude that climbed the hill, he probably would have gotten a second knock, and it looked like he was going for the thirst too. So we are down to our final 11 teams. We're going to have about 20 seconds before the next zone rotates in. Pretty much every single one of our teams is going to be outside of the zone, so we're going to see a bunch of death within the next 30 seconds. And this is probably going to be absolutely crazy and hectic for these teams ending up trying to rotate in. Ooh, sometimes that 4 time is a little bouncy. Definitely sometimes you got to go ahead and lay prone for some of those shots. But only other recommendation is sometimes in like cheer park training room, something like that, spend a couple hours in there, go ahead and refine your sensitivity, stuff like that. And like it's absolutely insane how accurate it gets after you do that. So Winter's going to go ahead and push up right here behind X Quadrant. They're going to have Gaijin just in front of them too. So there's going to be a bunch of teams right here. Shady ends up getting knocked. Winters answers in return. Honestly, that's the same thing I do in scrims when you're not allowed to use flares. It's just like, fuck it, why not? Scorpio taking some damage right there by one of the members of Gaijin. His team ends up answering back. Itachi's going to go ahead and help him out so he can get some cover behind that car. And they are just being hit by multiple different teams at this point. And can Superior roll over to go ahead and get at least one of his buddies back up? And it looks like they might have a little bit of breathing room. The team that was to the right-hand side has now gone ahead and rotated forward. So they should be good for a little bit, except for that zone. Hopefully Superior can go ahead and get in this one. Broder rocking the VSS right there is going to end up standing up. Gets the knock on the one dude from unknown right there behind the rock, and Itachi ends up being third party as he ends up rotating this way as well. Can Broder get inside that dip? And he does get there safely. So Worthless going to go ahead and get a couple more for themselves right there. I see X Quadrant going out with 10 kills, so definitely not too shabby. I think they went out in like 4th or 5th. So we are now looking at our final 3 teams, guys. We're looking at a trio right here for Worthless, duo over there for Outplay Esports, and a solo for Hacks Red. So ends up rotating too far over to where they actually can see him now and ends up being taken down. He's going to go ahead and get his team a third place finish right there. So definitely not too bad for a solo. But we do see Shady getting revived by, well, sorry, Shady reviving Zeus. Winter's going to be the only one over here on this hill. So he's going to be giving away the position to the rest of his team where these last two players are chilling. So Zeus going to go ahead and flank down now. Ends up coming over here to face off against Scorpio. We're going to be looking at a 2v1, Winters and Scorpio. Shady goes outside the zone to go against Hunter. And Hunter ends up getting the knock onto him and the thirst. So we're going to be looking at a 2v1 right here. Hunter definitely low on health. And ends up being double teamed, and Worthless is going to go ahead and take the second round and win. So, very nice job to those guys. And we're going to go ahead and take a short break once again, guys. Go ahead and get our next round set up. We'll be playing Sandhawk next round. So, I'm just going to go ahead and take some end game pictures really quick and then go ahead and get the next round set up. Hi guys, welcome back for round number 3. As you can see, we are on Sandhawk this round, and we will have a plane line from just above Camp Alpha, just above Cowie. So not too decent of a plane line. The southern drop's going to be a little tricky on this one. So what is the final count gonna be on boot camp? It's looking like 2 teams and a solo, maybe. So we got 2 teams of Paradise, 2 at Cow, 2 at Pine Nan, and I believe what? 2 at Booty? Let's go up here and check with the people at Cow. So from what I can tell, the first shot's coming out from Shootout Esports over here for Team 11. Just don't see anything landed on any of the members from Real Goats yet. And Grim gonna be the first one knocked for this round. That one coming from Xanax right here. Spooky gonna be not too far behind him. Low-key now moving in for the revive right here on the Grim. And Magic gonna be right there in front of Main and, what is that, Mammy? So they end up rotating over as a pair, end up taking Magic down low-key. In the meantime, getting the revive right here on the Grim. Fortunately enough, he does have some heals, so let's see what this duo pair can do. Seeing a knock coming from Meeseeks over there inside of boot camp. That now going to be the second. And that is going to be it. Very nice work right there by Shootout Esports. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and rotate in over here to boot camp and see what's going on between these couple teams. And I thought Meeseeks was in boot camp. No, I was wrong there in Pine Nan. I would have gone to them. I thought they were in boot camp for some reason. So, fortunately enough, they didn't lose anybody in that exchange, but they are going to go ahead and get themselves 4 kills in the process right there to go ahead and start their third round off pretty well. So just on the backside, team headed gonna or team hated gonna start rotating forward as a group. Reggie does get the nice parkour maneuvers right there, getting up on the roof, but just happens not to stick the very top edge. And we are gonna see some of the members from Tonga team up here. And 1955 ends up getting the knock onto the one with the M7. And Shady goes ahead and jumps down, goes for the drop shot as well, tries to reload, ends up getting shot back or shot right there in the back by Church. And that is going to be it for Tonga team. So very nice job right there by Team Hated. In the meantime, it looks like we are going to be heading back to Booty Camp because those are the only teams I'm seeing on top of each other. Let's go ahead and see how this one ends up. So we're looking at Canopsia down to a 2-man, whereas, what is that, Team 9, which is going to be Clutch Gods Astra, rocking a 3, so they do have just a tiny bit of an advantage. And coming through the kill feed, we're seeing, who is it? Where are they at? Oh, all the way up here. Valkyrie's going to go ahead and get a knock right there onto the 1, but there's way too many, and they're all aiming down the sights on him. I believe that is going to be it for Beyond All Nature in this round, so very nice job right there by Outplay Esports. It's going to go ahead and give them 7 so far in this one. So definitely a Hail Mary nade right there coming from Beast. Does land in the direction of Toxic, but just going to be a little too far. Almost goes to the stairs right there. So we're going to see Hacks rotating in from Ruins. They are going to be running towards the Painan area where Meeseeks and Destroy is currently occupying. So we could see a potential for a battle between those two teams very shortly if they go ahead and continue on the path that they're on. And in just a second, we'll figure out where the zone's going to go. We're going to stay pretty centralized. This one moving just to, well, not really anywhere, just shrunk. So we're still going to have Boot Camp in this one. Paradise, Ben, and Quarry. The two teams in Boot Camp still rocking around, but I want to kind of go ahead and check in with Hacks over here as they go ahead and rotate into the Painan area and watch how things unfold between them and Meeseeks and Destroy. So I see a play zone not coming through. That's going to be one of the members from T22 over there by Camp Alpha. So Hacks Black on ahead and rotate out of Painan. They're going to continue rotating around, heading towards the bridge, possibly either crossing that or the water to make their way across. Other than that, we're not really have too many teams outside of this zone, but Lewis is going to go ahead and get tagged up right there by Clown, ends up getting knocked and thirsted, so that's now is going to put Hacks Black down to a 3-man. So hopefully they can go ahead and make their way across and get to a better position so they don't have to continue rotating. That's my whole downfall of Sandhawk. If you aren't zone blessed, you're gonna have quite a bit of rotating. This map to me is just about running and gunning, proning, laying in the grass, and honestly, this map can go to absolutely anybody. It doesn't matter how good somebody is at it. This is just like the wild card map. Literally anybody could be the victor on this map. What's up, Seki? How you doing, dude? So Hacks Red gonna rotate around to the left-hand side as a team. Only downfall, if you rotate this close together as a team, it makes it a little bit easier, and there's always that higher risk chance that you guys may end up being seen. Whereas if you're rotating as a solo and there's like a bigger space in between you guys, there's that chance that they may look away for that like what, fraction of a second before they go ahead and even notice you're there. So we're gonna see Hacks Black just above Hacks Red right here, so we could see two clan teams going at it between each other. So let's see how this one ends up. We still have, what is it? Worthless in front of these guys. We're going to see a knot coming from Legit. This one landing on Winters. And he ends up just, I guess his gun was sticking out just a little bit too much. He ends up getting knocked right there by Shady. So currently Shady, the only one standing for Worthless, as you can see just in the distance back there. Zeus is knocked. I'm assuming that one coming from Hacks Black. And Shady moving in now for the revive onto Winters. Does look like that one should be successful. Kale coming out with the smoke right there, trying to get Legit some cover. Hopefully somebody can move in for the revive onto him. And it does look like Gray has been eliminated. I didn't even notice one of their members ended up getting eliminated. Zeus ends up bleeding out back there. Kale's going to go ahead and get the confirm for that. So that at least is going to give Hacks Red right here a kill for this round. And we are going to see Broda going down by Legit. And I believe, sorry, by Winters, not Legit. And I believe Legit being taken down as well in the middle of that revive. So that's going to be a double kill, I believe, for Winters, if I remember correctly. And we're going to see Kale go down as well. So that is now going to be it for Hacks Red. Attitude getting tagged up by Winters with that M16. They're going to continue rotating forward and barely gets behind that rock before getting taken, or gets behind the rock before getting thirsted. But fortunately enough, Candle going to be right there to lay some shots down on Shady, gets the knock onto him, and it is just on Winters now. I do believe he's most likely going to go for the revive after, well, if Tweed gets that confirmed, he won't need to anymore. But here comes the zone, and Shady's going to go ahead and bleed out. That one is going to go to Candle. So Winter's going to go ahead and back off this situation, go ahead and rotate towards zone. In the meantime, let's go over here to Chaos Company. They are currently on top of Me Seeks and Destroy. Now, Me Seeks and Destroy, currently 2 men knocked. It's going to be Batman and Clown. It does look like Hatter is going for the revive onto Batman as we speak. But it's going to go ahead and throw the nade right there. Landing somewhat close to Ski Mask, just happens to be on the opposite side of the rock. He's going to go ahead and answer back, but it's not going to be far enough. Ends up landing in the crease in the rock. So Zone is going to go ahead and hit Ski Mask first. This is when people tend to panic, changes their thinking pattern a little bit. So let's see what Mr. Memer can do. And Meeseek's making the right call. Always put Zone first, but Batman ends up getting picked off by Toxic down there in boot camp. Zone about to fall in again. Where is this one going to move to? And right to boot camp. So the rest of Meeseek still going ahead and rotating. Toxic knows they're rotating in this direction. You see them right there. Tries to play some shots and doesn't get any landed. So Hatter gets away scot-free right there during the middle of that reload. But they're still going to have clutch gods back there in the 3-stack. Mark for Death going to have the hill directly behind boot camp right here. X Quadrant is going to be controlling the compound just outside the boot camp fence, and we are hearing a bunch of shots coming back over here. So let me check in with Meeseeks. Looks like they've gone ahead and met up with Hacks Black over here. We do see a bunch of damage landed onto Candle. Hopefully he's got some meds. Looks like it might only be a bandy. Tweet going to be rolling in now as well. And ends up being taken down by Chaos Company on top of the hill. The third parties and boot camp are always ridiculous. Coming from the kill feed, Legend getting a knock over there onto one of the members from Chaos Company. Just off behind us, look at all these teams trying to rotate in on the top of this hill. Mark for Death already has the territory marked for themselves. TRG trying to move up. We're seeing a knock onto one of the members from Shootout Esports right there. And they go ahead and get the confirm. Mark for Death here, and these shots are going to go ahead and start pushing forward, trying their best to go ahead and third party this one while they're in the middle of the heals and reloading. They're going to go ahead and start it off, get the knock onto one, end up rotating in as a trio, and end up taking out the last member right there for Team 24. So very nice attempt right there by TRG Code Gray. They do get a couple kills from the team prior, and it's just too many people all at once. So here comes Shootout now, seeking revenge for their teammate getting eliminated, thinking that this may be the same team that took out their buddy, but let's see how these guys do. So Hero Piggy is currently knocked. Omega possibly going for the revive. That nade directly over, coming really close to them. And here comes the flank around from Santan. Gonna run right into Omega. Omega gets the knock, but he gets down to just 1 HP. And here comes the push forward from Xanax and Mammy. Myth trying to go ahead and get a knock. Omega gets the knock onto one. Can he go ahead and get the last? And just happens to not have enough health to go ahead and take that fight. So very nice attempt on his part. I think ended up getting 2 knocks right there to go ahead and try to save his team. And it really just came down to the amount of HP he had left. Otherwise, it could have been a completely different story. So with that, it now puts us down to our 10 final teams in this round. This zone is pretty small for how many teams we got left. We're definitely going to see Outplay Esports run right into one of the Clutch God teams below them. And then the other Clutch God team is currently inside of boot camp. They are coming in right behind, I believe it was, Team 2, from what I remember? one of the members from Outplay Esports has found Clutch Gods on top of this hill. He ends up trying to take on the 1v1. Ends up getting shot in the back right here by Killa. And they end up rotating in. That's going to be from Me6 and Destroy. That's a completely different team. Hatter ends up getting knocked as they try to rotate through. And that is going to be it for them. So Clutch God's going to have a hard rotation through this one. Team Hated currently has 4 different compounds in this cluster of the city right here. They do get a knock on to Killa as they head in from the blue. Let's see if Clapped or Guzman can get that revive off on their buddy before the thirst comes out. Clap tries to rotate left and gets knocked. So unfortunately, it does look like Killa's going to go ahead and bleed out before Guzman can make his rotation over. And it's definitely looking like somebody landing a bunch of shots on a Xanax on the top of this hill. Not too sure who ended up taking out Clutch God Astros that were chilling in the warehouses over there, but there was another. Well, I'm guessing Team 2 went out as well. I didn't even see that one come through. I just saw a bunch of people over here when I was checking out Outplay Esports over there, all low on health. And I'm guessing X Quadrant ended up getting quite a few kills off of that, so let me go ahead. No, they didn't. There had to be a bunch of third party going on. Not really too sure where I'm at right now. Yeah, I don't know what switching to him did to my phone. It's like it threw me into a mystical ocean. And then when I tried to get out of it, it didn't want to render anything in. Legend now moving up on the house with 2 people inside of it. So Reggie getting the knock on the Supreme right there with the nade. He's going to go ahead and get the thirst with the AK, forcing Legend to go ahead and pile inside, take on the 2v1. And it is just going to be too much between a Uzi and the AK. So this now puts us down to our final 2 teams. We're going to be looking at Shootout Esports and Team Hated. So we're seeing a 3v4? So right now, we're going to see Shootout Esports get zone blessed. Team Hated is unfortunately going to have to rotate forward through this open field. Hopefully they have enough smokes to go ahead and do so. Church, the first one to take the knock, trying to come in through the zone. And I believe he's going to end up bleeding out to the blue. And all 3 of them going to be right there in the vicinity of that tree. All it's going to take is 1 nade, and all 3 of them are going to go out. So that was it. It just went a little bit too far. So Infinite trying his best to go ahead and seek refuge behind there, but there's really no space to do so. Shootout Esports really just had to sit back and just wait for them to go ahead and make a move. But that's what Sandhawk comes down to, guys. It's really not a whole lot you can do on that map. But second's better than nothing. So let me take some endgame pictures real quick. Go ahead and get our 4th and final round set up. So I accidentally hit the mute button. And we will be going back to Aragle next round. So stay tuned for the ping team leaders and look out for those codes. All right, everybody, welcome back to our fourth and final round for tonight. Let's see what the plane line is. We're going to go from big power all the way up past shooting range. So hopefully we can go ahead and get these western drops in for some people. Hopefully they can go ahead and jump to some vehicles to get to their primaries. Otherwise, let's go ahead and see where everybody's jumping at. So from what I'm seeing, we're gonna get the same teams jumping over here to what the fuck is this place called again? Lipovka. So unfortunately for Team 25, it does look like no. They have a teammate. He's just running along the beach, coming in right behind Zeus. So lucky enough for him, King Jack's gone ahead and gotten a knock onto him so he can go ahead and rotate in freely. Next question is, can Max see him as he rotates through? But it is definitely not looking so. He's going to come out. I believe the knock is just right there, lodged in the little corner. We're seeing a bunch of knocks coming out from the south right here. Just inside of Milter, we're seeing 1, 2, 3 teams from what I can just tell on the map without even zooming out. So chaos for Chaos Company going to be stuck right in the middle. Fortunately enough, does have the high ground on that rooftop. As long as he plays it safe and stays behind the staircase right there, Reggie won't have a shot on him. Otherwise, if he goes ahead and moves out past it, it could be another story. So Infinite going to go ahead and get a knock and a thirst right here. And Chaos doing the same on the other side of the street. And here comes Hacks Red now. They are going to start pushing up, pushing these teams closer and closer together. And I want to say, does Chaos get taken down by Broda? Because it's definitely what it looked like. Yes, and he does, but I believe it ends up being stolen away. So Mr. Memer, from what I can see, the last one up for Chaos Company, and Reggie the last one standing for Team Hater right here as well. So we're seeing him go ahead and rotate to the backside. Hacks Red staying just a little too close together once again. So they do work together as a team right there to go ahead and eliminate both Reggie as well as the last member for Chaos Company. So very nice job to them. They did get a knock in the process, but like I said, if you guys are listening to the stream, just try to not stick like so close together. If somebody happens to look in that direction and it's only the one person, they have a better chance of getting by. I think I said that in the last map as well because the same thing was going on. Whereas if a whole entire team's rotating literally within like dick distance of each other, you're going to get seen almost every single time. So just try to space it out just a little bit more. That way you guys don't get seen as easily. So a Hail Mary and nades makes it over the top of the roof. That would have been absolutely fucking amazing if he nailed that one. Santan over on the 4-stack over there, taking some shots from, I believe Clutch God's Astro. I think Bionic is a little bit lower on the list from what I remember. How many are up for team? So at this point, the one thing that I don't know if a lot of teams do, but I do highly, highly, highly recommend it. At least one person on the team needs to go ahead and count the confirms coming through the kill feed. So you know exactly when a team is down to a certain amount of members. So let's say if you go ahead and get a knock, or if another team is fighting that team that you know is in front of you, once they get down to whatever you feel comfortable with, but basically they should know that Lyric right here is down to a one man from basically just watching the kill feed. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and rotate out of this one. And let's see what everybody else is up to. Seeing a team up there in Rozhok. Team 18 maybe moving towards them, but I do expect that they're probably looking for a vehicle to go ahead and make their rotation for zones. Sometimes they spawn in Rozhok, like at least 3 of them. Sometimes you get 0. So it's really luck of the draw. I remember a day in PUBG when there used to be a vehicle in like every garage. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and check in over here with Outplay Esports. I do see them moving up on at least one of the members from Team 5. So let's go ahead and see what these guys are up to. Actually, I see 2 of them within the vicinity of just the radar right now. I think they're looting the compound just directly behind them. It's going to be the 2 blues. So hopefully we don't get a repeat of our first game where Zone ends up moving towards military. What we saw was 6 teams rotating from the southern beach, and literally everybody had to go ahead and, what was it, start rotating north all the way almost to the northern beach. So that's probably the most teams I've ever seen land on that beach, and they really had enough space in between them to where they really didn't notice each other. So and the solo for Team 2. Lyric's still going to be chilling around, going to be inside the zone, so nothing to worry about over there for him. So hopefully he doesn't get rushed by an entire team, just making that as their stopping point. So let's go ahead and check in with Hacks Red over here now. I believe they ended up finding Gaijin over there on the 2-stack roof. And just as we go ahead and rotate in, we're seeing Shootout Esports rotate just in past these guys as well. The other couple players for Gaijin are going to be to the left-hand side, so they did pick off the solo. Whereas we're going to see FBO just on the back side of the beach, and here come rolling in Superior. Legato is going to get a knock onto him as soon as he piles off of that motorcycle. But I absolutely love that beach if you have a team that's good enough to go ahead and hold it. So just in front of us, guys, Gaijin is currently hurting just off in the distance. Owa is going to get Only back up, but we are going to see a knock one more time. From what I'm seeing, it does look like Itachi's going to go ahead and push forward, and there it is. He's going to land the last couple shots with right there with what sounded like an ump 45. Oh no, I really don't hope it repeats. Let's check in with Sexy AF right here as Team 20 decides or not if they want to go ahead and cross this bridge. We're seeing a bunch of blown up vehicles directly in front of these guys, so let me actually go down here and see what the hell is going on. So that was crazy. In scrims, I normally don't see people place vehicles in the path to go ahead and block people from coming through. That's normally something I see in like classics. And scrims, I normally see just like lay quiet, let them come as far through as possible, and literally whole entire team just unloads right onto whatever vehicles they're fucking driving, and that's pretty much it. It's over in like 3 seconds. So Winter's trying to get that vehicle to explode with the whole entire team right there, trying to land those shots onto Valkyrie, but just isn't getting the timing right. He's going to go ahead and attempt the nade right in between the vehicles, just side peeking. Can he get that knock? And it is just going to land too short. So another one coming out. Molly's just not going to have the distance to it. They're just going to be too far away to go ahead and get anything done without one of the jump throws. But Shady's going to go ahead and get to the top of the roof. He is going to have a nice vantage point right there. So let's go ahead and check in with this one. I want to see this go down. We do have another team over here on the beat, or sorry, the bridge now. This is going to be real goats rotating in. They're going to go ahead and get a thirst onto one of them as they go ahead and try to rotate through. But the rest of the team is going to be just on the back side of this. Let's see what they're doing over here. Oh no, his vehicle might be no good. I think the only thing, if he can get it out of there, just backing it out straight, he might be good at this point. So 2 of the players from Hacks Red end up rotating in right on top of FBO, and they end up both getting knocked and thirsted. So the rest of the team is going to be chilling across the street at the gas station. We're going to see Huda end up rotating in across the bridge now. This one's about to hit. Does this one stay mainland or does it go to military? And we're getting a military one. More time, guys. And unfortunately, it does look like... Wait, what just happened? Wasn't he right here? I don't really know what happened right there. So Huda's going to be chilling on the bridge over there, trying to take Broad out as soon as he comes up for air. And we're also going to get some shots from Outplay Esports over there as well. They placed the shots on him as soon as he came up that time. So that unfortunately is going to be it for those guys. But let's rotate back over here. We're seeing Paul Omega's the last one up for these guys. Does he go ahead and rotate in through that bridge? So what we saw earlier, guys, was the death trap just on the other end. So this could be bad for all parties. Because what? Oh, Real Goats ended up jumping off. He's going to end up rotating into a whole team right there. Can he go ahead and drive off the bridge? And no, they end up just taking him out. Do we get the next team to make the attempt? Guess we're going to try it. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, never mind. So they're seeing there are no boats. Their only option at this point is to drive or swim, but I think swimming's going to take way too long and they'd be eliminated by the zone. So one of them's going to go ahead and pile off the bridge. I think he's going to do it. Let's see what happens. Oh, and it looks like Sexy AF has gone ahead and rotated away. But they are going to be at the hill right there, so they could have the shot on him as soon as he comes off this bridge. So quite a few teams going to be swimming this one across. Just on the other side over here, let's go ahead and check in with Meeseeks. In front of them is going to be FBO, the team we saw chilling on the beach just outside the gas station over here. So they made it across from what we saw earlier without any kind of shots placed on them, period. And this one's going straight into main base. See if we can touch the tail end of Shootout Esports over here. It's just two players, Xanax and Santan. So Xanax going to be stuck here in the blue zone, taking damage, ends up having to blow that vehicle up so he can go ahead and get some hard cover. Sexy AF going to be 3 deep on top of this hill. Thirst going to be off over there to the left-hand side, and he ends up getting the shots under the vehicle. So Xanax gonna go ahead and bleed out to the zone right there, and hopefully these teams on the beach can go ahead and make the rotation through. Let's go ahead and check in with Red now. He does have a member for Team 15 just in front of him. Does he take the shots? He's got that shot. So Classy has no opportunity to go ahead and get back up. John has gone ahead and gone prone back here. He's got to hear these footsteps coming up behind him. This one's going to be Red, like literally right here. So Red's going to go ahead and get the confirm onto him. Hopefully he can go ahead and get into zone. But we are seeing one of the members from Real Goats be taken down from X Quadrant just across on the other hill. Unfortunately, he is not going to get back up for the remainder of this round. Blue Zone is definitely going to take his toll. We are seeing Red go down as well all the way back there. I don't know if his other two teammates will have the opportunity to make their way into the blue. Does look like Hunter is going to be taking quite a bit, as well as Itachi. So we're going to get two teams fighting it out for the guard tower right here. This is going to be Hax Black, I think. And it is also going to be Sexy AF, the team we saw with the bridge camp maneuver over the other side. So NHAC getting the knock onto Killer B on the inside of the little bunker right there. And he's going to go ahead and get that thirst off as quickly as possible. Here comes a pushover from one of the members from Team 22. I don't think he knows the team is right behind him. So he's going to go ahead and pile out. Shady should have the shots on him. And he's going to go ahead and try to get the knock onto Huda, but he happens to have that Uzi. And there's really no beating that thing at close range unless you got like the Groza or something. But the Uzi is absolutely ridiculous. So Shady is not going to have the opportunity to heal. He's going to go out fighting. Does get the knock onto Huda, but unfortunately for him, he is going to get picked back up. So he's not going to go ahead and get a confirm onto that one. And Sexy AF is now gone ahead and pushed Hax Black and gets a confirm onto both of them. That now puts us down to our final 6 teams this round. Looks like from what I can tell, Real Goats has gone out as well. They had to go ahead and rotate from the hill right into X Quadrant. Thank you for the follow, Logan. Tries to rotate it and ends up running into an entire team. Sexy AF is going to all pile out together to go ahead and eliminate that threat. So in the meantime, let's rotate over here to Meeseek, see what they got going down over on this side. And they're going to get a drop falling right on them. FBO ends up rotating right through every single team right here. And they are going to go ahead and pile out just in time to make it through that doorway. So Batman ends up rotating right into Limmer right here, the last standing member for Clutch God's Astro. And he's going to go for the thirst, does get it. So it is just going to be down to one solo member for Meeseeks. And that was a nice nade. So Legend getting a knock onto... oh no, you got the knock and the thirst, double nade. And here comes one more. This one's going to be a knock onto Rooney as well. And Sexy AF has gone ahead and rotated in. They're going to go ahead and steal that one away from, I believe, Supreme. But I end up getting a knock onto him with a nade too. So we're currently looking at our final four, guys. 2 players over here for X Quadrant. We're having a... Is it only a trio? No, full team for Sexy AF. A solo for Clutch God's Astro, and a solo for Meeseeks and Destroy. So gonna be a nice nade. Gets the finish on to Killer right there. So that's gonna go ahead and get their 6th kill for this round. And literally, it's just gonna be a circle full of smokes. Can he go? If this is in, if I was him, I would try to go up in there with their vision all blurred out by this smoke. But I really can't tell if it's in or not. So Legends is going to go ahead and stay within the zone. Thirst ends up piling through. And I don't think he knows how many teams are left. I think he thinks that there's just, they might go out in third, so he's trying to do the heal off for second. But since game's pretty much over, guys, I wanted to say thank you for everybody that tuned in today. Take out Sandhawk for Bikindi. And if you guys want to vote on it, I don't really care what the map order is. The only reason I stopped doing Bikindi is because it was still in beta, and it was like real glitchy for like everybody. So I think at that point, everybody took it out of their scrims, and I just happened never to put it back in. So that is going to finish up the scrims for tonight, everybody. Let me go ahead and mute this really quick because it is quite annoying. But once again, thank you for all the follows, guys. Thank you for all the love and support that you guys give to the stream. Definitely greatly appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, take some end game pictures, guys. I'll have scores out by tomorrow, I promise. And then I'll go ahead and open up registration for next week. Thank you for all the good footage tonight, though. Got a bunch of stuff on stream, and thank you for the turnout today, guys. I think you had like, what, 95 players for the first 2 rounds, and then like 85 for the second 2. So definitely a nice turnout, considering the last couple of weeks have been a little light, but hopefully we can continue this trend, and definitely makes for a good time. So I'll see you guys again next week, and have a good night.